less Nazi killing in this one, but more very sad Weasel after some dumbasses didn't realize that he was saving kids. And here's the thing, too, because, like, I was, like, legitimately, okay, so this is the opening bit. Because, again, the whole thing is, we're slowly seeing, his backstory, which it also is really funny, like, his lawyer, the Weasel's lawyer, because the Weasel's lawyer goes to the guy, which I think this is the guy from Peacemaker, I'm not entirely sure. Not him. They say, like, where's my client? And he goes, oh, he's sick, he's coughing up hairballs, he's just sick, and then...
Sick? Yes. Sick how? I don't know, stomach something, he's been coughing up hairballs. You are a terrible liar. I'm not lying. What happened to your leg? Well, I was fighting off an alien invasion. Fine, don't tell me.
This part, I love this part so much, like how caught in the lie he was.
Oh. You motherfucker.
Well, pretty much to cover it. One, Frankenstein sees it, thinks the bride is in love with Rick. We see a flashback because the lawyer's trying to figure out if Weasel is guilty of anything, if he actually did kill those kids. Wait, I'll say this right now.
No, I mean, yes.
Where he was is classified.
My client is innocent.
I thought he killed 27 children.
Where'd he go?
That right there. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just the me thing. Like, soon as I saw him dragging her out, not by, like, on the arm or, like, on the neck or something like that, but by her clothes out of the, like, away from the fire, I'm just thinking, like, oh, he's trying to save the kids. Like, that was my immediate thought. But no, apparently the cops didn't see that. They're like, oh shit! And they start shooting at him, and basically what that all boils down to is one, it turns out that, like, no, the kids actually kind of were making friends with him, like feeding him, and he was playing with them like a dog, which, he seems to have the minds of mostly of one. Old guy, he's like, oh, it's a werewolf! It's attacking the children. It brought the children inside, even though the kids were the ones that went inside, and he didn't do anything, but sure. The kids are acting dumb. They find a bottle of whiskey, which they use as a bat. And then, like, he's like, ooh, matches. And I'm like, you kids are idiots, but also you're kids, so yeah, I guess that makes sense. And the funny thing is, too, like, literally, like, the bottle breaking, the match hitting, that latching on fire, and, like, that catching on fire, all that happens, it's still okay. The fire isn't even what started this bullshit. What started it is eventually, mind you, that's probably the more weirdest one because of obviously his humanoid proportions. But if he was just a regular dog, it wouldn't have looked... Anyways. That's probably the worst one. But anyways. Then... this dude with his gun... shoots the generator, which then leaks oil, hits the fire, big explosion. It's what he tries to save the one kid. All those other kids are just dead. Which also, they said they killed 27. There's like 7 kids in there. Were there other kids in the building at the time? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's like 6 kids. We see a kid die. We see Weasel try to save the girl, like I said. Cops shoot at him. And the thing is, here's again the thing. Why is your main objective in this pop for these cops? Why is your main objective to kill the Weasel Man and or arrest the Weasel Man? Why isn't it trying to save the kid in his mouth? Like, even if you want to say, oh shit, he's a bad guy. Oh shit, he's an evil creature thing. Like, fine. fine. Okay, fine, shoot at him. Okay, whatever. But that's at least more understandable. But why in all of God's green earth is your main objective to kill the thing when you see that he drops the kid? He swings over to the door, and instead of going immediately to save the kid, you go and arrest him. Why? Why is that your first objective here? That shouldn't be your first objective. Your first objective should have been to go save the kid. Oh, God. And also, like, the one thing I actually really like about Weasel 2 in this, also, which I kind of... is that when, like, obviously he's always has, like, the two derpy eyes, like, to the side or whatever, so that... But it's almost like really heartbreaking when you see his eyes refocus. Like that one, you see he's in, like, he's hurt, or like he looks sad, or like her, like he's actually trying to, like, even like right, like I think right here is the good one. Oh wait, no. It actually like has a very Scooby-Doo-esque feel to it too.
Photographs mean anything to you?
See, again, like the eyes are looking to the side. See, just like the eyes focusing. It's like, that alone is just like, oh shit, something's going on in his head. I'm like, oh my God, it's so good. And then, okay, and mind you, that was like a quick thing for the Weasel of the story. Which also, it's funny, looking at these kids' design, it gives me very much Ben 10 feels. Like, if they remade Ben 10 with this animation, I think it would be kind of amazing. But also, I will say the animation does bob back and forth at some points. Like, some points it's really good. Other points, like, let's say Archer's bad, but it looks very much like an episode of Archer. But pretty much Cersei also, very much while that's all going on, Cersei goes up to their Amanda and stuff like this, and I kind of like how Amanda's written in this show a little bit, because I like how when she says like, oh, you've like, or she says, you have no reason to have me prisoner here. He's like, yeah, I have accounts of you being a class A Maleficent, and like starts naming off different witches. And he goes, oh, and then the one dude with the crutch is like, oh, or that one girl from that one movie, and he's like, that's not a character. And then Flag goes, yeah, no, from Hocus Pocus. Like, that's still not a character. And I'm like, God, I like how Amanda was like so pointed out, we can make jokes. You guys can add to my joke. But by God, at least follow it where you're at least naming a character. And I'm not going to help you with it either. I love that. I kind of love that a lot. But Cersei brings up that she's trying to save the world. And they're like, what do you mean? And it turns out she's clairvoyant and she's able to see the future. Which also, the question is, on that same note too, like, is it clairvoyance in a sense of she can even prevent the future? Or is it clairvoyance in the sense of she can just see what's going to happen and she can't change anything? Like, it will always happen. Also, Amanda says, like, that the villains looked all sexed up or whatever with the suits. And I'm like, eh. What do you do? Shoot the glass, which I'm pretty sure is bulletproof?
You ready? For what?
The princess looks amazing. Also, she has a scar across her face, which I'm going to go ahead and guess she probably gets from the fight with the Commandos, and this is what's going to lead to the whole revolution. But pretty much... Also, I read to mention too in the last episode, wait, I'm not sure how the hell these incels were able to take on an army fleet of freaking Iron Men, because the suits of armor are like shooting laser beams and can fly and stuff. But again, they are a nation that's like all in the past. Hey, Father, I'll call you back and record a video. Like that. In the past, but yeah, apparently like they're gonna attack the city. Just start blowing stuff up. The armor looks so cool. And then there's Gorilla Grodd, which was like, okay, why is Gorilla Grodd there? And they shoot a ton of people, army. There's a whole bunch of music playing in the background, but I'm muting that right now. Blowing up the White House. She looks badass. And the death of all superheroes, apparently. It's probably hard to tell, but there's Superman. There's Wonder Woman. There's Bats. There's, I believe, Cyborg. Right next to him, I think, might either be Green Arrow or it might be Martian Manhunter. There's Supergirl in the background, Hawk Girl. There's Wonder Woman there. I believe that's Robin over there. Oh, that's Booster Gold. Peacemaker or Keeper Maker. I'm not sure. I gotta watch this show. Bats. There's Vigilante. Seems looks very thin in that. But yeah, apparently that's the thing. And Amanda brings in someone who knows about the mascara and pretty much says like, look, yeah, she's telling the truth. Like her clairvoyance, she can't make up visions. She can only transmit them, and also like. And like they even ask like, so it's kind of is a really cool line which I really want to use. It's the part where they ask like, why do you want to help us? Because like you're never doing anything good. And she says even the devil doesn't want to see the world burn or world end. I'm like, holy shit, that's cool. But pretty much this lady pretty much confirms, yeah, she's probably telling the truth. Like she foresaw a tsunami coming. And people who listened to her survived. The other people who didn't, they all died. And Rick's like, why should we trust her? Why should we trust her? It's bullshit. And Manuel says, get the Commandos, go back there, go kill her. Rick Flagg's like, hell no, I'm not doing that. I'm actually going to go war. He leaves. And Amanda's like, all right, well, we need someone who's not, we need someone who's not compromised. Not exact words, but and so they get Crop Top over here. Really, it's just I'm sure they just don't have any clothes that fit her. Crop Top over here and Phosphorus. Pretty much they're going to make her the next leader. Which also I really love about this too is Phosphorus 100% sees the bride as a friend now. And I love that so much. Like he's my, yeah.
Be back home to the sweet smell of, what is this today? Hyena vomit?
What, are we supposed to be buddies now?
I think so.
Something about that I just think is so cute. I love that so much. Not in a sense of like them together, not I don't mean in a sense, but in a sense of like he is like, yeah, we're friends now. Why not? And honestly, that's cool. And like even the bride kind of feels that too because
Look, creature from the black buffoon. I'm just saying, this ain't enough for me.
Also they do call the weasel like a werewolf thing, and then creature from the Black Lagoon. But pretty much this guy bullies Nina, takes her food, and Sasquatch then gets the shit beat the hell out of him. I probably shouldn't show too much. I love this part right here.
There you go. Now everyone's happy, right? Except for you, because you no longer have food.
Oh wait, hold on. It's fine, YouTube, it's fine. There, here.
Give me that. There you go. Now everyone's happy, right? Except for you, because you no longer have food. And you're ugly. And this one, because he no longer has a jaw. He also might be dead. Right.
I love Phosphorus so much. I love smart ass characters. I really do. I just love how he walked up and goes, all right, there you go. Now everyone's happy. Except for you. I love Phosphorus so much. He might be like one of my favorites out of this. But yeah, Rick Flag goes home. He's getting trailed by a dune buggy. Turns out it's the Frankenstein monster. Beats the shit out of him. And Frankenstein monster starts crying and trying to explain the situation. They start making tea. The Frankenstein brings up about this very little known movie called The Titanic. And it's really funny that like he seems to have a hobby of just watching romantic movies because he doesn't have a romance with his wife. And they kind of spend time together with coffee, drinking tea. And then Rick eventually says, wait a minute, there's another good line he says when they're fighting. He's like, why wouldn't anyone? He says that Rick Flag is everyone's type. But then also he calls him, he says, "You doofy piece of shit." And I'm like, holy shit. If you don't know what dilf means, it means daddy I'd like to. Yeah, I'm like, you doofy piece of shit. I'm like, oh my god, I love that. Now everyone's happy. Bride got promoted. Oh, Hot Girl was one of the ones stabbed on the pike, if I remember correctly. I think I probably said that right. The Princess of Gorilla Grodd, even the devil doesn't want to see the world die. Not a character, John. Helicopter knows. Oh yeah, for one point, they're like, the Frankenstein's monster's watching them from a helicopter. And I'm just like, I'm like, oh, I forgot to put the again. Anyways, I'm like, really? Nobody noticed him up there? Really? Okay. You think a military base would have, like, you know, surveillance. All right. But also Rick Flag pretty much says, like, hey, you want to get your ride back? You know, why don't you help me get to, you know, over there to save the princess? And these four are heading back out there to kill the princess. And that's where we get the whole dream, or this whole sequence. And, you know, we see Weasel's whole thing, and then it pretty much ends because Weasel's having a dream. And they're like, well, what is he dreaming about? And it's probably just chasing squirrels. It's like, oh, like, that's not what he's doing. Like, he's the most traumatic event of his life. God, but Nina is nice. Nina even brings up that she's not a killer. I don't know why they're sending her on there. But also, like, she is kind of like the heart of the group. I'm just hoping G.I. Robot comes back. I'm going to go ahead and guess maybe the, I don't know, Chekhovia? I can't remember how they call it. Whatever one the princess is from. Maybe they'll rebuild him. I don't know. But she also has a scar across her face, which I'm like, okay, so, like, something's going to happen. It's going to have a scar across her face. Is this going to lead up to, like, I don't know, whatever the big Avengers thing is going to be? I know Avengers is Marvel. I'm saying in the sense of, like, you know, the team-up movie. Is that what this is going to lead up to? Or are they actually going to kill the princess? It wouldn't surprise me if, like, it's like, this is actually the setup for, like, what will eventually come, like Gorilla Grodd and all this other stuff. I don't know. But, tell me what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Videos. Hope you enjoy this. This is a pretty good episode. I like it a lot. It's really fun. Weasel definitely was, like, unlike G.I. Robot, where, like, it really felt like it was a more bigger part of it, this is very much a more, like, Weasel's part was, like, this is why he's like this, kind of, sort of, showing that he's not really a bad guy. I'm guessing the next one either is going to be probably Dr. Phosphorus before. I think Nino would probably be the very last one. I'd imagine, but I'll be seeing if I'm right or wrong the next one. But thanks for watching. Videos. Hope you enjoy this. Definitely want to see what Phosphorus is going to be like. And we will. See you later. Yeah, the show's really freaking good.